Welcome back. I'm your host, Liz Edwards, and today I'm joined by our nurse practitioner, Emily Carter. And today we are talking about exercise-induced asthma in adults and kids, really. I guess my thought would be, as a parent, you're a parent, what would be something that would stand out to you, say if you were watching a soccer game this Saturday? What does exercise-induced asthma look like in kids?
So it can look different depending on the child. So you're kind of thinking asthma symptoms when you exercise. Okay, great. What does that really mean? So what you're looking for, it can be as simple as a cough when they're playing and they start running, they get warmed up, they're coughing. You may find that after the game, they just have this cough. You may find the more extreme symptoms, like they're short of breath. You can see they're working a little bit harder to breathe. Another thing in kids that's a good indicator is everyone else is in the same age group, general physical fitness. My child is getting winded more quickly, having to sit out, take more breaks. Those are all things that should tip you off to maybe this isn't just your typical sports are making me breathe a little bit faster, work a little bit harder. Maybe something else is going on here.
What is the underlying condition for that type of asthma? Is it allergy or is it?
So allergies can play a part.
Yeah.
Those spring sports that are in the midst of allergies. But people with no asthma history can still get exercise-induced symptoms. So a lot of asthmatics, exercise can be a trigger, but you can also have the patient who has no asthma diagnosis and they come in and say, hey, we've noticed that when they play sports, when they are running around playing with siblings, they're having these symptoms. And that's just more of exercises triggering the constriction like you see in asthma, but they don't truly have asthma.
So if my child is doing those things out on the field, we make an appointment, we come in to see you. What does a first visit look like when we're talking about this, trying to nail this down?
So depending on the age of the child, my approach to it is if they're able to do lung function testing, so spirometry, basically looking at how well you're moving air, I'll go ahead and do a spirometry if age appropriate, because you want to make sure you're not missing anything underlying. So sometimes I'll get a child that presents with, hey, we just have these symptoms when we exercise. Trust but verify. You do the lung function testing and you realize you're actually at a lower level in general than your lung function should be, and you may have compensated to your daily activities so you're not having symptoms, and then you add that trigger of exercise, so you actually are someone that needs, maintenance asthma medications. If the spirometry is normal or it's a little kid and we can't do that testing, then first step is going to be, here is a emergency rescue medication, as it's also referred to. Let's see if that can help you get through this activity without your symptoms affecting you.
We have done a lot of research around here at the office, and asthma is still the big reason why kiddos miss school. Absolutely. And it for whatever reason, it's an underlying cause. When a young patient is going to do the spirometry, actually, I think we make it pretty fun for them.
Yes.
It's like blowing out candles.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Blowing out candles, or I think the new device has other different games on it. But
what would you say would be the youngest age that we could do to where we could get a real good result?
Really depends. Occasionally we'll get a 6-year-old that just knocks it out of the park, and then sometimes you're like, I've seen them as they were 5. We didn't get lung function testing until they were 11. So I would say really 6 is when I'll start trying, and then 7, 8 is typically maybe the median of where we get it, and then some kids are just later. It's a lot of hand-breath coordination, which is tricky. You got to put multiple pieces together. So even if you have the best nurse walking you through it, it can still be really challenging, especially for our littles.
Switching gears to adults with exercise-induced asthma, are the symptoms similar?
Yes, so you can still see your typical asthma symptoms interfering, and then also that rebound cough that's just lingering even after you've stopped exercising.
Okay. This is also good to know. If anybody has any questions, they just need to come on in. We will dial down and figure it out. I say we, you, not me.
I mean, you can come along for the ride.
Yeah, I'll come along. But I thank you so much for being with us today. All right, thank you.
Thank you.